T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Minimal editing again in this review. This is McFarlane Toys Batman from Batman the White Knight. That series right there. As you can see, this dude is really good at posing. He doesn't have double hinged elbows, but he still has a great range of motion. And you can fold up his cape. You see how his leg wrapped around the shoulder right there? You can fold it up and make the cape sit out without having to do any other tricks and whatnot. This stand does not come with them, but if you're collecting a whole bunch of figures, you'll end up with one of these. I believe this is Superman stand from Action Comics or whatever. But let's fold this back down. And the head, as you see, the head goes up a lot. The shoulders, that's one thing I always complain about. They're always stiff. This dude, it seemed like they went out of their way to try to remedy that, because they made the post way longer than normal, and this little rotating disc is bigger than normal. Unfortunately, though, depending on how you move it, you'll get exposure like that, and then when you try to move it back, depending on how you have it rotated in there, it could happen to do this. So you'll just have to shift your finger and force it back in. This kind of reminds me of how some of the SH Figure Arts joints work. Like, I've seen this on some of their Dragon Ball figures. Typically with their figures, you don't have to fight to get that back in, but you'll still see like gappage sometimes. But if you work with it, you can get it looking right. This is the extent of his bend. He has that elbow pad, which works as a ratchet. And this is how straight the arm can get. The wrist is on a universal, so that's what you're working with there. You have a fist on the right hand. I like the way this bat emblem is sculpted right there. That's nice. And while we're here, here's a close-up on his bat face. The head, the neck doesn't move at the bottom, but the head is on a double ball post as normal. And I love the range of motion. These ears are pliable plastic, even though they're very small. This hand is the gripping hand, and he can hold his little batarang right there. It would have been nice instead of giving us this right here. I guess this must have been like a signature weapon, because it's on this card right here. And let me let you see this bio if you wanted to see that. All right. But they give you this, and they show him holding it right here with the two hands. That's one thing I wish, that they had two grippy hands. And two grippy hands and two fists. That would have been nice. So he can hold it like he's holding this right here. And maybe some storage for this right here, the grapple hook. What they do have storage for is the rope. They give you a secondary rope that you can hang off of here and pretend it's coiled up. The coiled up version of this. But you can fit this through the fingers. But yeah. Unless you like wrap it around and tie it, there's no real holding that in any really good way, because the hand is way too loose from gripping the grapple hook. But let me let you see this articulation right here. You can pivot right there, because this is on a ball post right there. Come forward. Then of course at the bottom it's on another ball, so he got that much back, and he comes forward. All of this right here, the belt and the crotch part, is pliable material, so it gets really far out of the way and allows him to kick up a great deal, because that moves out of the way. He has access to this joint right here. And as much as I like this figure, I'm still going to complain about, I think they should just cave and give us that cut right there so it can just have hip swivel. Hip swivel is nice, McFarlane. But I mean, at least he can do this. And as great as this figure is, this is the first McFarlane Toys figure where I had like uncut mold flesh. I noticed that. I mean, I could just shave that off myself, but that is something I noticed when I started messing around with them. The double hinge knees bend like this right here. Here is the foot detail. The ankle is on a universal ball joint. The ankles are tighter than some of the previous figures. This isn't all that tight. It moves, both of them move a little bit more loose than I would want them to. He has a peg hole on the bottom of the feet because he does come with this disc right here. And I forgot to show off in the Doom Marauders video that he does come with a disc that says Doom on it. Here is the back right here. The cape is molded to the back right there and glued. You will have to cut all that if you want to give him his own cape. But yeah, size comparisons. Here he is next to the Joker. And here's one thing it seems to me, and it seems like with every series, they are a different scale. Like this Batgirl, I mean, they're the same height, but she's scaled to go with the Nightwing that came out in her wave. This Batman right here, let's see how tall they are. He's slightly taller. So yeah, it's like a different scale for each line, or each series, I should say, that he puts these in. So maybe he views, or his team views this Batman to be shorter, but it says on the bio thing that he's 6'2", and this one is supposed to be 6'2". So scale is all over the place with McFarlane. And I guess before I end this, here's one thing. I don't know if you can see. You see how that's like a brighter greenish color? I don't know what's up with that, but that's not a camera trick. I actually see that with my plain eyes when I'm not behind the camera. But I like this figure. Got it from No Effort Randomness. He donated to my channel for this review. So thank you, No Effort Randomness. I super appreciate this. And it's actually a good figure. I like him more than I like this guy. I mean, this is closer to the Batman design that I'm used to with this body shape. This is way bulkier and kind of more stylized looking with the face. But I still like this one more. I feel like the materials are better. This is harder than this. This is more rubbery, and the shoulders and whatnot work better. This one does have double hinged elbows, but yeah, I still like this one a lot. It's a departure, but it's still cool. Anywho, thank y'all for watching this. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. I'm going to put a link in the description for where you can get this guy off of Amazon. Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click that shit.